Hey, it's me, it's Kira. How are you doing? I am just wanting to make another video tonight, a makeup video. As you all know, I love to make makeup looks and film at night just because that's when my son is in bed and I have the time. So I wanted to do kind of a creative thing today where I did Goth versus Girl Next Door. So I've already started the process. I have already put my face makeup on for the most part. I have both of my skin tint foundations on, blush, bronze, brows are done. I used, depending on the vibe, I used this side, I used the NYX Soft Glow Skin Tint. And then on this side, I used the Morphe, I think it's like the light filtering or something. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a light filtering foundation. It has a little bit more coverage on this side than it does on this side, so I felt like it was more fitting. And then I used NYX on this side, bear with me, because again, more coverage versus my Pro Concealer, very little teeny bit of concealer on this side. I did use the same like bronzer. I used the Glam. I just used more on this side than this side. And then I used the Glam blush. Again, I felt like I did about the same amount, but I feel like it kind of went to keep the blush the same is fine. So the thing that I want to do is finish the eye look here. I've almost pretty much finished this eye look. It's very simple. I feel like Girl Next Door is very simple, very minimal makeup, whereas this side is full on goth glam. So I've already started the smokiness. I want to go ahead and finish the look on the eye. To create some more definition, I'm going to use my NYX glitter glue, and we're just gonna finish this look here. I'm gonna place a glitter more so in the center than anything. But I did kind of place it all over the lid so that if the glitter is placed in a different spot, that it will still look good. I am going to deepen the look. I forgot to mention the palette that I'm using. I love this palette because I feel like it's versatile, and again, you can create very neutral look or you can go really smoky. Super fun. I'm using the Twilight ColourPop palette. I love Twilight. If you know me, you know. But I do love Twilight. It's one of my favorite book series. Loved it growing up. And then, of course, I love the films. Even if they're cheesy, I don't care. I love Twilight. So I had to do this. I had to get this palette. But yeah, I already used, let me show you the colors I've used. So I used a lot of the lighter shades. So Say It Out Loud and Bella I used on this eye. I used Bella kind of on this liner area and then just in the crease primarily, just to kind of create a little bit of depth. But then I used Bella on the outer and crease, and I just used a lot more than I used on this side. And now I'm going to go ahead and go into this dark, kind of more sparkly shade. It's Forever Young, but it is darker. It's not quite black. Maybe it's like a charcoal with sparkle. But I'm going to go ahead and take a brush and I'm going to deepen this smoky look on the edges to really get that definition of what I feel like is a beautiful goth glam like look. I'm just being very careful with my placement. I don't want it to go too much everywhere, but I do want it to be darker in most of the area. I want to leave that space to be able to add in that shimmer. Yeah, that's looking really good. And then I think I'm going to do this shade here. It's called Moonlit. Oh my goodness, we're struggling. Moonlit here. It's kind of a gray silver. I just feel like it'll keep the look dark enough but still add some of that sparkle. Oh yeah, it's kind of like a gunmetal gray, I feel like. Yeah, that looks so pretty. Awesome. Okay, that is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and add in some liner here. I always feel like a good goth look has some good liner. Just using a black liner to tight line in my eye. I usually tightline first, and then I almost always add like a liquid liner as well. So I'm gonna see if I wanna go ahead and add that. I'm gonna go ignore my eyeliner face, but I'm gonna go ahead and add to the bottom line as well. Just to create that extra darkness here. And then we are gonna go in with a liquid. I love this liquid eye pen. It's the Hyper Easy Maybelline brush tip liner. I have used this for years. And I honestly haven't gone to like try a ton more, only because I really like the performance of this. I think it's long wearing. I think it's very dark, which I love. Sorry, I can't talk and do it at the same time. It kind of gives more of a matte, slightly matte or natural finish. It's not too glossy. But yeah, I think that just adds to the eye look. Okay, and that looks good. I'm gonna add a little bit more here. Just kind of darken that area. And that looks good to me. I'm gonna go ahead and finish with some mascara, and then I'm gonna do my lips, and then we'll have the full look. Let's see here. So we're gonna do, I wanted to do a more natural mascara on this side. This is the High Sky. This is actually in a burgundy shade, which I've actually really loved for more natural days. I think it brings out the color in my eyes more. Sorry, I'm going between both the camera and a mirror I have, just with my lighting, so that I can make sure I am doing this well. Okay, so again, it does give a little bit of length. I think it gives, the best thing about this mascara, I think, is the lengthening, and just, it gives good separation as well. So again, goodness, I just got it on my face. This is a tip. If you ever get mascara on your face or anywhere that you don't want it, let it dry. You always let it dry first before trying to wipe it away, because that way it doesn't smear. So I'm going to show you here in a little bit what you would do to get that off. So I'm just going to let it be for now while I just finish this look. Again, I think it separates beautifully and it lengthens really well. I'm just going to continue. I'm going to leave it fairly natural because, again, Girl Next Door, I think, keeps a more natural look. I think that's really pretty. If you look at this view, it curls well, but also that's how a lot of my mascaras work on my lashes. I just have a little bit more longer lashes that it works with. Okay, and this is the final eye look on this side with my mascara. And then I'm gonna go ahead for this side. I wanna use a more bold mascara, more volume. I'm using the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift Mascara in black. I love this mascara. I think it performs really well and it gives a lot of volume, and I think it gives what it says it does. So we're gonna go ahead and add this to this side. I'll layer up a little bit. So pretty. This is probably my go-to mascara for more bold looks. I really think you can't go wrong with drugstore mascara in general. I feel like they have a lot of really good options out there. So if you don't have this specific one, I still think you can find a lot of different volumizing ones for a very similar price. Maybelline's probably my top choice of brand in mascaras, but there's also a lot of other good options. What do we think? And again, I think it does give that lift. I think it gives that volume compared to the other side, and I think it looks beautiful. Okay. And there's this side. I'm gonna go ahead and finish with the lip, and then we're gonna flake off this other. I'm gonna just briefly touch it. It does feel like it's dried. So what you need to do is if you have a spoolie, that's actually helpful. I'm just gonna use my NYX brow pencil because there's a spoolie on one side. And if you just kind of use it, it flakes away. It looks like it wasn't fully dry, but dry enough that I think it looks good. But yeah, it just kind of flakes right off if you do that. So, tip if you ever get mascara on your face. All right, the last thing I want to do is my lip. Of course, I'm going to use a different lip for each side, just because I think that makes sense. I'm going to use, sorry, I'm grabbing it. I'm going to use black lip liner on this side. This is the NYX Line Loud in their black shade. I love a good black lip. I know it's weird, but I'm gonna go to the other side. I'm gonna use I don't even know if I'll use too much of I'm just gonna create a little bit of definition. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Let's see, this is their lip liner in Deep Taupe. I love this lip liner. I feel like it gives a good natural. We're gonna finish off with, on this side, the Fresh Kiss Glossy Lip Balm from ColourPop. I love this. This is in sorry, I'm trying to do my lip at the same time. This is in like the mango shade. Has a little bit of hint, like of a tint to it. It's the mango sorbet. Smells delicious. I love, love, love. And then for this side, I'm gonna go ahead and use the e.l.f. The lip oil. It's the Glow Reviver lip oil, and this is in the shade, I don't know what the shade is, but it's a darker shade, like a berry shade. I'm gonna go ahead and use this. And then I'm gonna use a brush to kind of or my finger. Just kind of mix that a little bit. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of a darker color. Let's see, I'm just trying to get, you know what, we're just gonna finish with the lip liner. We're just gonna add a little bit more. I should have done this before I did the gloss. Because then it would be darker. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do because I can do what I want. Because this makeup look isn't complete unless it's a darker lip. You know what I do have that I might end up putting on? Sorry, I'm concentrating. I find that multitasking is a little more difficult for me, which is normal, I think, for a lot of people. I'm gonna go in with the Black Moon Cosmetics. It's their liquid lip. Look how pigmented that is. Oh my goodness, it just works so well. This, you just have to let it dry. They recommend to let it dry. This is in the shade Sleepwalker. It's just their black shade. It is so long lasting, you guys, if you don't wear like a balm under it or anything like that. I almost always line with that lip liner without a gloss, right? I put a gloss on so it's a little shinier. But if you want to wear this and have a long lasting black lip, highly recommend Black Moon Cosmetics. They're like an indie brand. Love, love, love this shade and the way that it wears. Really, really good. It does specify like greasy food obviously can really rub it off. So just, I would avoid greasy foods if you want to wear this for the long lasting power. But I went out, I wore it at a party, at a friend's birthday party, and wore it all night, went out partying, everything like that. And it stayed on the whole time. And I only had to reapply kind of in the inner part of my mouth just because that fades, you know, over time if I was like drinking water and stuff. But that was the only place I had to like reapply it. So highly recommend. It does have pretty much a dry down to it. So this is what it looks like. I am obsessed. So what do you think? Goth or Girl Next Door? I did my earrings to what I felt matched the theming. So I love both. I'm obsessed with both looks. I love when I can do a goth look. I love natural look as well. So let me know what you think. What do you prefer? Also, if you have this palette, let me know what you think of it. Again, I love the diversity. I love that you can create so many looks with it because I created, again, both of these looks just with this palette. So that goes to show that you can use, you can find a palette if it has a neutral color. You can pretty much do any look that you'd like. And it, you know, it can turn out how you would like. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a great night. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.